guys, it's the TMI Queen. So I'm having some fun with my OCD with skin picking. I have picked this spot to the point that it's bled and I need to stop. Even when I feel like I'm getting calmer, it's because I'm doing something OCD-like. Super fun. I have been tagged in yet another video about weight loss and weight advice. That's really what this whole channel is about. I mean, I'm sure as much as you love getting to know me, you also want to know a little bit about my weight loss advice. Or maybe you're just here for the TMI. I don't know. And if you are, here's your TMI moment of today. If you experience female jock itch, here's what I do. Witch hazel on a cotton pad, wipe it around the area, let it dry. Then take another cotton pad, put a little bit of water on it just to dampen it, put some tea tree oil on it, rub it around the area, either let it dry or take a blow dryer on low heat and dry the area. And then business as usual. It works. It really works. On to your weight loss advice from the old TMI Queen. Now, mind you, I am not a doctor. I'm not I'm not medically trained at all. I'm not a fitness instructor. I am just your normal, everyday person on a weight loss journey, just like a lot of you are. So here is my personal weight loss advice, but take everything with a grain of salt and always check with your doctor. I was tagged in this by FrekiFitWolf, again, because he likes tagging me in stuff, and I like being tagged in stuff. And if you would like to be tagged in a future video, comment below, and I will make sure to include you in the tag. What method or plan did you or are you using? In the past, the first time I lost a major amount of weight, I got divorced and stress and depression from all of that made me lose a lot of weight. Probably not the healthiest way, but it was what it was. The second time I lost weight was using Weight Watchers. A friend of mine had one of the points values books, gave me her copy that she didn't want anymore. And I asked her how many points you're supposed to get because she just handed me the books like I'm supposed to know what to do with it. And she told me how many points she was told to have. And I was like, okay, well, then I'll do the same because we were about the same height and build. And I lost 60 pounds. It was great. And then the next time I lost weight, I used MyFitnessPal and I lost 60 pounds again. The same 60 pounds, yes. Did great, kept it off for a really long time. And this time around, I am also using MyFitnessPal. I tried using Weight Watchers this time, but for me, using Weight Watchers was really confusing because the one program that I was on, especially, it was telling me I was over my points. But when I checked the calories on my other app, I was severely, severely under calories. And I was essentially starving myself. And I was starting to become obsessive about my points. And I just didn't feel that it was healthy for me. Now, I'm not saying that Weight Watchers is unhealthy because I'm definitely not saying that. I'm just saying it did not personally work for me. And no matter how much I wanted to be a part of the Weight Watchers community that's here on YouTube and that I follow pretty religiously, it just didn't work for me. And I didn't also feel that it pushed whole foods that I was more interested in doing. It basically said more that you can eat whatever you want, which is great and nothing wrong with that, but I felt like it needed to push you a little harder to do that versus making all this processed stuff. And maybe it's just the way I interpret it. Maybe that's not even what it actually pushes, but it's how I felt and interpreted that it pushed. So it's my perception, not necessarily the reality. But for me personally, using the MyFitnessPal app, I got the premium version so I could get my macros and find out, just exactly what I'm getting. And it's something I can show my doctor. It has a lot of really good features and it's relatively reasonably priced. So I just was happier with that. And I get better support and just better overall information that makes sense for me. What are two main tips you would give to someone for starting their weight loss journey? My first tip would be to tackle one habit at a time. You didn't learn to get overweight in one day, and you aren't going to unlearn it in one day. And I believe that it's a bunch of habits that are over a period of time, just bad habits that have built on top of each other. So tackle one thing at a time. I tackled soda drinking. That was my first habit. And I don't restrict, I just reduce. The other thing is don't beat yourself up over failures. And I say failures because I hear so many people talk about how they failed this week or how they failed in general. Just look for improvement. If you messed up drinking too much soda last week, then look at how you can maybe improve next week. Go, okay, I'm going to have water at lunch instead of soda. And just improve little by little, create those habits. That's the biggest thing. Create the habit and you'll be able to do it without even thinking about it. What is your why? Shush. Just because the neighbor dog barks doesn't mean you have to bark. Trust me. Buffy, stop. Okay, I'll let the dogs out now so that they can stop barking in my face while I'm trying to record a video. I swear, they're quiet all day, and the second I turn on this video camera, woo, 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 woo. Anyhow, what is your why? Well, my why is I want to be alive for my grandchildren. I want to see my grandchildren grow up, and I want to get healthier so that I can be there for them. I want to see my son succeed in life. I want to be there. I want to be there to help my parents as they get older. I want to be able to, assist them in any way that I can. They're getting up there in age and they're going to start needing help. And I want to make sure I'm around to be able to do that. What do you do when the scale doesn't show you what you expected it to? I usually analyze what I did over the last week. Since I weigh in officially once a week, I look back at the last week and see what I could have done better. And the 4 factors that I look at are what I ate, how much movement did I get, how much sleep did I get, and how much water did I get. And almost every single time I can identify through those 4 factors how I messed up and why my scale doesn't say what I think it should. Even if I get all the calories the way it should be, it's usually I had too much sodium or too much sugar. If I moved as much as I thought I should have, I'm like, well, I only did this kind of movement. I could have done something like strength training or something like that. Have you fallen off plan? Well, as evidenced in the first question, I've told you about the multiple times that I've lost the same 60 pounds, and this time is no different. And recently I did fall off plan again when quarantine started, and I actually haven't really been as faithfully on plan since probably October, which is why my weight loss has stalled. So yes, I fall off plan a lot because I love food, and I usually love food that isn't really all that good for me. Also, I don't move enough and never really have. I've lived a pretty sedentary life, except when I was really young and didn't have back problems. So, what did you do to get back on track? I started logging my food again. I started analyzing those 4 things: what I ate, how much movement am I getting, am I getting enough sleep, am I getting enough water, and I'm making sure to keep with a routine. Like over this quarantine, my routine got really messed up, and that was a huge factor in why I really started getting off track and off plan. And so I created a daily routine for myself. I have alarms on my phone set for every hour on the hour, and they have labels on it. One will say coffee and feed the dogs. The next one will say shower. The next one will say get dressed down to the shoes. The next one will say do your laundry. Just things to keep me in a set routine every single day. And it just helps me keep on track because I'm just following the plan every single day. And it helps keep me on my eating plan. It helps keep me on my exercise plan. What has been the hardest part about losing weight and getting healthy? Everything. Movement. I am a sedentary person. I love to just sit and read or sit and watch movies. I don't like necessarily exercising, but I've had to learn to do things like going on a hike and realize that I actually kind of love nature. And once I get going, it's not so bad. It's just getting to that point where I actually go do those things. And eating too. I really love junk food. I love it so much. And that's never changed. No matter how healthy I know I need to be, no matter how healthy I have to eat, I still like my Oreo cookies. I still like my ice cream. I still like my pasta. I love my pasta. So, you just have to think, what's more important, being alive or having that? And it's not that I can never have it. I just can't have it as often as I used to. It's not a daily occurrence. Now it's a special treat instead. How did you overcome this? Well, I guess I kind of touched on that in the last question. As far as movement, I just tried to find things that I enjoyed, like going on a hike at a nature center, got a gym membership, and try to go whenever I can. Obviously can't now, but and I'm working on creating a home gym so that I don't have to worry about going out to the gym, because I feel really self-conscious at the gym. I don't like exercising in front of people because I feel like they're watching me and I feel like they're critiquing my form or critiquing my style or whatever, and it just makes me really anxious. So by having a home gym, I can do what I need to do without somebody hovering or looking at me or feeling like somebody's eyes are on me. I also want to get a pool when I get my new house, because there's a huge backyard and there actually used to be a pool there, but I'm going to probably purchase a pool so that I can swim too. It's one of my favorite exercises. I love swimming because it doesn't feel like exercise. It feels like fun. As far as eating, I still don't restrict myself from soda. I don't restrict myself from Oreo cookies or ice cream or anything, but I do reduce how many times I have it. I used to have soda every day. Now I have it maybe once a week. Since quarantine, I think I've only had it twice. 2 tips that you've learned that you can share. Eat whole foods. The less processed your food is, the better it is for you, the more you can eat and feel satisfied, because a lot of food that's processed does not satisfy you because it doesn't contain the nutrients you need that your body craves. And so when you start finding yourself craving food all the time, look at your nutrition. A lot of these frozen foods have so many preservatives, so much sugar, that it actually makes you crave more food. And who wants that? And I noticed the more whole my foods became, the less I had the bad cravings that I couldn't control. Who'd have thunk? Also, don't look at restricting yourself. I hear people saying, I'm not drinking pop anymore. I don't think that's realistic, because everybody likes to have a soda once in a while. You don't have to have it every day, but make it a treat. And don't keep it in your house on a regular basis. Have it, like, for me, I say only if I go out to eat. Well, I can count on 2 fingers since quarantine how many times I've gone out to eat. So that's how many times I've had soda. Things like that. Don't keep it in the house. Don't restrict yourself, because especially people like me who binge, I will literally obsessively think about it until I'm able to have it. If I restrict myself, I won't be able to stop thinking about how I can't have it. And the more I know I can't have it, the more I want it. So that would be my biggest tip. Any regrets about how you've lost weight? In the past, I did not do it very healthy. It bordered on anorexia. I just restricted calories to a point that was very unhealthy. And now I look more at nutrition, and I look at what the proper amount of calories is. And I don't go under it, and I try not to go over it. And that's made all the difference. How has your life improved since starting your journey? I do have more energy, not a ton more, but I have more. I do feel a little bit better. My depression isn't as bad as it used to be. I mean, I still have it. It's always going to be with me, I think, but it's definitely less. My blood pressure is the biggest change. I went from being in full hypertension and having to be on medication to being on no medication at all. And my blood pressure is normal. I also started taking control of my mental health, which in turn had affected my physical health. I now do many things to reduce my stress, reduce my anxiety, and reduce my depression. I engage in almost daily self-care because self-care is an act of love for yourself. And if you don't love yourself, how can you love other people? And people like me want to take care of everybody else, and then we kind of forget about ourselves. So since I have taken better care of myself, I'm able to better take care of the people around me. And it's made an enormous amount of difference. So anyhow, that is my weight loss advice. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you got some kind of benefit out of it. Again, I am not a medical doctor. I am not a fitness instructor. I don't have any kind of degree as far as that is concerned. So take all that with a grain of salt and always consult your doctor before engaging in any kind of weight loss program. I hope you have a wonderful journey in weight loss, whatever you choose to do. I hope it's very successful for you, and I hope some of this may help you on your journey. I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. I am hoping to have a wonderful weekend. It's supposed to start getting warmer next week. I'm ready for it. I'm so ready for the warmer weather. You have no idea. But the closer it gets over 60, at least in Michigan for me, it feels like summertime if it gets over 60. So we'll see. Anyhow, hope you guys have a wonderful weekend, and I will talk to you later. Bye.